Och klockan startar där. Thank you.
Hello everyone. On the picture here you see Rosa and I'm Eric. We both produce wet waste. When it comes to capture carbon, most of us think about capturing carbon from chimneys and the CO2, but they're actually a complement that we think is a lot cheaper, and that's capturing the wet carbon. And we're talking about organic materials from all kinds of industries. We're talking about food waste and all kinds of sewage sludge and manure. And this is a lot of carbon and a lot of mass. We're talking about 5.7 billion tons annually, about half a ton per person and year. And the energy content that is not utilized today is equals to the power production of Europe. So that's a lot of unused, and it also contains a lot of nutrients that are unused. So what if the negative climate impact of that could be totally eliminated, and that the spreading that this does and the contamination that this does to the environment is also eliminated, and the good stuff in there could be reused and replace fossil fuel, and at the same time reduce the cost. And that's pretty much what Sea Green is all about. And here you're going to see our first full-scale plant. I'm here at Stora Enso's mill in Heinola, Finland. Sea Green works together with Stora Enso to build the world's first oxy-power HTC plant using our unique technology to convert wet sludge into solid biofuel. The plant is now operational, and each year it will turn 18,000 tons of sludge into biofuel. The impact of sludge handling is not so well known, but it is a major climate and environmental problem. Sludge from the treatment of wastewater from industries, households and food production causes greenhouse gas emissions, can spread dangerous substances in the environment, and can pose health risks. With our new technology, we can lift sludge handling into the modern circular bioeconomy and harvest useful resources from what have been, until now, seen as waste. In this plant, the sludge is turned into a carbonated biofuel, using oxygen from the air to power the process. Here at Stora Enso's mill, the biofuel is incinerated in the boiler, which means they need less external fuel. The boiler produces energy for the mill and for heating the town of Heinola. The biofuel is safer and easier to handle than sludge, with a volume of less than 20% of the sludge. Here in Heinola, the water removed from the sludge is used to increase the mill's biogas production and to help reduce the need of chemicals for the biological water treatment. Sea Green's sludge handling technology effectively stops greenhouse gas emissions from sludge storage. The biofuel produced can replace fossil fuels. In future plants, it will be possible to separate nitrogen from the process and replace fossil fuel-based fertilizers. This first commercial oxy-power HTC plant is just the beginning. Here sludge is no longer a waste problem and a climate threat, but the source of useful bio-based products. This is the solution to the global sludge challenge. All right, that's an industrial application. If you look at municipal wastewater treatment plants, all of them produce sludge, and that's a big cost for them and an environmental problem and issue to deal with. So what if you could make completely sludge-free wastewater treatment plants, that all cities in the world are sludge-free? And that's actually what we can deliver. And we're going to build the first one together with Roslagsvatten north of Stockholm. And this is some articles that were produced within the last month regarding that. And we'll do that by integrating our standard oxy-power HTC plant with the wastewater treatment plant in Åkersberga or Margretelund. This standard plant has the capacity to handle 25,000 tons of sludge and convert it into 5,000 tons of biocoal. This is not good only for the environment, it's actually good business as well, because it costs a lot to get rid of the sludge today, to handle the sludge. In Stockholm, it's about 1,000 crowns per ton. So, and if you remove 25,000 tons of that cost, that's a lot of money, 2.5 million euro per year. And then also you reduce the transportation cost, because there is 20,000 tons less to transport from the site. It's a pretty good business case. Building a plant is quite easy. It takes, we aim that it's going to take less than 12 months, because it's all made out of prefabricated modules. We cooperate with Ragn-Sells, which is the biggest sludge handler in Sweden, and offer a sustainable circular sludge handling service together. This is how a plant is built. I think I have a little less time. We have had a assessment of the environmental potential with our technology.
I have to stop you there, Eric. But do you want to do in English or Swedish the questions from the jury?
It's up to you. Det funkar både och.
Bra, thank you. Och då kan du passa på, då som alla andra har gjort, om du vill säga någonting mer innan juryfrågorna kommer.
I think all the cities in the world have to deal with the change of sludge handling, because today's handling is not sustainable. And we are ready to meet that need head on. And the market is huge. We're talking about tens and tens of thousands of plants.
4 minutes for questions. Frågor, 4 minuter. Varsågoda.
Great. So thank you, Eric. I want to focus a little bit on the economics. So thinking about how much is the investment and how long does it take for a case that you showed us to recoup that investment?
An investment that I showed you is about 10 million euro, the total investment. And if they make a saving of 2.5 million euro per year, you can realize that the payback time is quite short. And for this kind of capital investment, that's extremely short compared to other investments of the same same type.
Okay, so using that as a starting case, how has that sale process been with those kind of customers?
We attract an enormous interest, and from all over the world. I think the key issue for us is to have a few plants up and running, because I mean, to invest 100 million Swedish crowns or 10 million euro from a new company, you just don't do that directly. So we need to come over that hurdle before they take off. So I would not say that closing a deal has not so much to do with the economics, rather more about the credibility of Sea Green as a company at the phase we are in.
So in the future, you're only going to provide the technology, but right now you're engaged in the projects as well to get them.
Well, then we deliver plants. So
you deliver the actual plants.
Yes, we deliver, and we have the aim to build
model.
What?
That's the revenue model, right?
Yes.
Selling the plants.
Yeah, we're a technology provider.
Yeah, okay.
Over time, we might be a service provider that we are together with Ragn-Sells. So Ragn-Sells offer the service to the communities, and we will build the plants at their facility, and then Ragn-Sells can offer a circular sludge handling solution to the municipalities.
And what IP protections do you have?
What kind of?
IP protections?
We have about 10. We have 8 granted patents and 2 patents pending. And we have done 3 freedom to operate analyses that are very positive during different financial rounds.
And what does your team look like?
The team, we're about 25 people right now. Most of us come from the process industry and the pulp and paper industry. And what we've done pretty much is stolen with pride technologies that are already used within chemical pulp mills for this application. So it's tried out technology combined in a new way, but combined with all kinds of people, both with relevant background for what we're aiming for. So we have quite a good network and people that speak a lot of different languages within the company.
And this technology is applicable globally?
Yes.
Globally, I guess.
So we get requests globally, and we can meet that request globally when we're ready to deliver. But it's a little early for us to deliver to the Middle East or Africa or Americas right now, even though we're starting to looking at North America as a market when we had a few installations in Europe, because that's a very interesting market right now.
And how many plants has been installed by now?
one full-scale plant, the one you see there. We have a small pilot plant, and then we're working with 2 plants right now in Sweden, one with Ragn-Sells and one with Roslagsvatten.
All right.
That's the phase we're right now.
25 seconds left.
The projects are quite low. I mean, it's 100 million crowns per project. So if you have 10 projects, that's 1 billion crowns. So it grows quite quick.
Yes.
And how are you working with funding?
So far, we're owned by Almi and Innoenergy, so we have some semi-public funding. We're public. Nordea is invested in Sea Green, so we have some institutional investors. We have been able to attract funding from the Energy Agency, some EU funds as well. So it's a mixed. So far, we raised about 200 million Swedish crowns. We're raising another 4 right now.
Erik, thank
Pretty
you.
euro.
Thank you very much. Thank you, the
Sorry.
jury. If you have more questions, you'll have to take it later. Thank you so much, Erik,
Thank
and
you.
Sea Green Technology.
Thank you.
Thank you.